for the Daily Planet newspaper in the city of Metropolis. It's my job to cover any major news happening in the city or around the globe, from reporting on criminal activities such as robbery or corruption to major events like earthquakes or alien invasions. I travel the world and interview many different people to bring the news to Metropolis. And in my line of work, I've been lucky enough to meet some very important people, including police officers, firefighters, astronauts, Olympic athletes, world leaders, and even superheroes. In fact, I happen to know the world's greatest superheroes. Now, these heroes all come from different backgrounds, each with their own unique strengths, powers, and abilities. Individually, they all chose to help the world by fighting the forces of evil. But sometimes there are threats just too immense to combat alone. So they decided to band together and form a team to defend the Earth from catastrophic danger! Do you know who this team is? You do? Do you know what they're called? Is the Man of Steel. Superman, that's an easy one. Okay, question 2. Who is the fastest alive? Flash, perfect. Okay, question 3, and this one's a little trickier. Who is the technological titan of the Justice League? Cyborg. Yes, Cyborg, exactly. All right, question 4. Who is the Dark Knight Detective? Yeah, Batman, of course. Let's see, question 5. Who is the King of the Seven Seas? Aquaman. Yes, Aquaman. Question 6. Who uses their power wing to fight evildoers? Yeah, gosh, Green Lantern, you got it. Okay, last question, and since you're all doing such an amazing job, I want you to shout this one out all together.
I told you.
I can't hear you.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, you got it. Gosh, you all know so much about the Justice League. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well, I have amazing news. Today we have 4 members of the Justice League joining us. The Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Please welcome my very good friend, the Man of Steel, Superman.
Thank you for that introduction, Lois. I know I'm a little early, but I'm happy to speak with these young heroes today. Hi, kids.
Would you mind answering a few questions so our audience here can learn a little more about you and the Justice League?
Of course. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, Lois.
Great. Well, as one of the most powerful superheroes on the planet, how did you come to have such amazing abilities?
Well, I'm actually from another planet called Krypton. Right before it was destroyed, I was sent here in a rocket ship as a baby. As I grew up here on Earth, the radiation from the yellow sun gave me extraordinary powers.
And what exactly are those powers?
For starters, I'm virtually invulnerable, so not much can hurt me. I also have super strength, super speed, and enhanced senses like super hearing, super breath, heat vision, and X-ray vision.
What do you mean X-ray vision? Can you see through anything at all?
That's right. Well, nearly anything. I do have a little trouble seeing through lead.
Interesting. And what would you say is your most incredible power?
Well, I would say it's my ability to fly. It truly is the best, safest way to travel. Plus, I never have to look for a parking spot.
Well, what do you think of that, kids? Wouldn't you love to be able to fly? Yeah! Can I ask some questions about the Justice League?
Of course.
Powerful team that will protect
Wonder
us from
Woman.
humanity. Everyone, please welcome the Amazon Princess, Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman, why don't you tell us a little about yourself, if you don't mind?
Of course, Lois. I am Diana, daughter of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons. I was born on the paradise island of Themyscira, a secret place that no mortal will ever be able to find as it is hidden from the world's view. As a young girl, I trained every day in tests of strength, speed, endurance, and combat. Once I reached adulthood, I competed in a contest among the Amazons, and I succeeded as the strongest and bravest. I was granted my tiara, my indestructible gauntlets, and my golden lasso of truth.
And why did you leave Themyscira?
I left my home and I traveled to the outside world to learn about humanity. Unfortunately, among all the beauty of the world, I also found war and crime. It is my sacred duty to defend the world, and I decided to use my powers and abilities to help humanity find itself again and end war. Along my travels, I met with the other members of the Justice League, whom I joined in defending the world from tyranny and hate.
Did you hear that, everyone? And compassion for humanity is what helped her become a member of the Justice League. Wonder Woman, you're not only strong, but also physically fit. You said you trained on your home island of Themyscira. Would you please teach our young heroes here some of the techniques you've learned to stay in superheroic shape?
It would be my pleasure. I spent years training in traditional weaponry and combat, including archery, sword fighting, shield defense, and using the bow staff. It may look simple, but with the right training, it's an amazing weapon.
That sounds interesting. Could you tell us a little more about the bow staff?
Instead of telling you, how about I show you and I train the audience at the same time?
Well, that would be terrific, right, everybody?
All right, Lois and Superman, could you help spread out our trainees? Go with my friend Superman. You can stay with Lois right over here. Right there, perfect. All right, so one of the first things you'll need to learn is one of our many battle stances. So spread your feet out wide like this. This is our ready stance. So, anyone without a bow staff can follow along with Lois and Superman. So our first move is going to be a high block. So put your staves up in the air like this, high block. There you go. All right, so let's do it one more time. High block. We've got some quick learners. So our next move is going to be a low block. Move your staves in a downward motion like this. Low block. Wonderful. Let's put the moves together. Ready stance. High block. Low block. Ready stance. High block. Low block. Ready stance. High block. Low block. Wonderful.
They're really getting it. I knew this was going to be a great group of trainees.
Great work, gang. I think our trainees are ready to learn some strikes.
Absolutely. Our next move is going to be the high strike and the low strike. So step forward with your right foot and strike high. Do you want to do it towards the audience? Strike high. Yes, perfect. All right, let's do it one more time. Step forward and high strike. Wonderful. All right, our next move is going to be a low strike. Right, and remember, everyone, to get good at something, it takes a lot of practice, focus, and dedication.
Thank you, Wonder Woman. Your bow staff training will definitely help these kids on their... Oh, our next superhero should be here by now. Has anyone seen the Flash?
Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. I had to stop a crime in progress in Central City. Then Sydney, Australia, then Shanghai, China, then Mumbai, India, then Barcelona, Spain. Then I had to get a snack.
Oh, wow. Sounds like you've been globetrotting all day.
Actually it was just the last 10 minutes, but yeah, I've been making the rounds.
Well, Flash, we've already learned that Superman and Wonder Woman were born with their amazing abilities. Have you always had the power of super speed?
As a matter of fact, I didn't always have these powers. See, I used to just be a scientist, and one night while I was working in my laboratory, a lightning bolt broke through the roof and shattered a case full of chemicals. Those chemicals, they splashed onto me and mixed together along with the lightning, and, well, let's just say I was never the same again. That laboratory accident gave me the powers of the Speed Force.
That's amazing. What's the Speed Force and what sort of powers does it give you?
The Speed Force is a cosmic energy that I can tap into to do all kinds of incredible things, like move extremely fast, run up the sides of buildings, across oceans, and around the world in seconds. I can even vibrate my molecules to phase through solid objects. Plus, I have superhuman reflexes.
And just how fast can you run exactly?
Well, I am the fastest man alive.
What is that? American?
Sure, Flash.
No, I mean
Well, let's just say something
that
between
people,
faster
America?
than the speed of sound
America?
and the speed of light.
Ah.
An easier way to put it, I can move faster than you can see.
Huh. Now, I've also heard that
Wow.
you can travel through time. Is that true? And if so, how do you do it?
It's complicated, but basically I
Batman!
invented a machine called the Cosmic
Batman!
Treadmill that allows me to channel the speed
Natatakot
force
si
and travel
Batman.
through time. I don't like to use it very often though because time travel can cause a lot of problems.
Ari.
Oh, those are some amazing powers you have there, Flash.
Oh, thanks, Lois. And I use every one of them in my constant battles for justice.
Did somebody say justice?
Batman, you surprised me.
He always does that.
That's right. He even manages to sneak up on me, and I have super hearing.
Batman, say hello to our young trainees who are here today to meet the world's
Bueno, será.
greatest superheroes, the Justice League.
Hello.
Hello, say hello, Lee.
Batman, even though you're a man of few words, would you mind answering a few questions so the folks here today can learn more about you?
Of course, Lois, I'd be happy to.
Great. Well, we know you're from Gotham City, where you've worked for so many.
Well,
Batman cinta jadi rambut.
Riddler is a nuisance. Catwoman is always mischievous. But I'd
Always
have to say the
serious.
clown prince of crime, better known as the Joker, is the worst of them all.
And can you tell us, why do you dress like a bat? And how has that helped you defeat your foes?
I chose a bat because it's a strong symbol that strikes fear into the hearts of Gotham City's worst criminals. Bats are the creatures of the night, and they operate in the shadows like I do. I also adapted many of the natural abilities of the bat, incorporated them into my suit, not only in its design, but also in how I defend myself in combat.
Interesting.